every time I see it, I'm still amazed by it. They did a poll, Pew Research Center, very respectable, large poll of Americans. How many of them know different things? For example, how many of them know that Dick Cheney is the vice president?
He's like just over 60%, wasn't it?
69%.
Yeah.
69%. Man, that is pathetic. I mean, you're telling me that there's... I mean, look,
He's been out of the press lately, though.
Only 69% of the country knows that Dick Cheney is the vice president. That means 31% are walking around in a cloud, man. I mean, they don't know anything. Look, you see, here's the thing. If you don't know who the Speaker of the House is or the Senate Majority Leader, I got it. Like Harry Reid, only 15% of the people knew him. That's still pretty discouraging. But I get it. I get it, okay? But 31% don't even know who the vice president is. And it's not like an inconsequential vice president. It's a guy who's in the news who shot someone in the face.
It's not like trying to remember who Al Gore is. Like, I get he's very unmemorable. But Dick Cheney, Prince of Evil.
I mean, how do you...
King of Darkness.
So if that 31% that doesn't know who he is, I can't imagine that they know anything. I mean, not just anything about politics, but, I mean, if you don't know Dick Cheney's vice president, do you know that 2 + 2 = 4?
No, but they probably vote.
Do you know that if you jump off a building that the gravity will pull you down and kill you? I mean, what do you know if you don't know Dick Cheney's vice president? Man, wow. But, a decent number apparently know that Nancy Pelosi is the Speaker of the House. I think 54% said they knew her. And I was like, oh, that's not bad. I'm a little impressed by that. Here's one that's, again, gives you a sense of where the country is. Told that Shia was one of the group of Muslims struggling in Iraq. Only 32% of the total sample could name Sunni as the other key group. 32%. So that 32%, look, Sunni, Shia, Iraq, it's not easy. I get it, right? So that 32% knows what they're doing. But there's 68% that doesn't have any idea what Iraq's about. None. Zero. Like how George Bush was 2 months before the invasion, when he didn't know what the difference between the Sunni and the Shia were. And he had already pretty much authorized the war and had already instituted a whole propaganda campaign for the war, and he didn't know the difference between the Sunnis and the Shias. But at this point, man, if you don't know that, that's why you're going to buy it when Bush starts talking about the enemy and how they attacked us. Because you don't know any Sunni, Shia, what? Al-Qaeda, who? Arabs. I got it. They attacked us. Bush is going to get them. And that's why we wind up in the situation that we're in. By the way, only 29% knew who Scooter Libby was. Okay, so Scooter Libby, oh yeah, we got him. Man, didn't register with over 70% of the country. They're like, Scooter who? Come again? So, now here's the encouraging part. People who were the most knowledgeable were the people who listened to the Colbert Report and the Daily Show. Okay, no, by the way, not like, hey, everybody's I don't know if you've seen the headlines they talk about, they knew more than people on Fox News Channel. No, it's not that they knew a little more. They knew the most. They knew what came in second was PBS's NewsHour with Jim Lehrer. That came in after the Daily Show.
And then Frontline.
And Frontline, okay? And then by the time you get to Fox News, they're dead last.